Mm. Okay. All right. Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the Natural Born Driller. And welcome everyone to this WWE NXT review, the show from April 11th, 2018. This will be the NXT go home. The NXT after TakeOver New Orleans from basically from during WrestleMania weekend. From after that tremendous episode, or I won't say episode, even though it is kind of an episode, but a tremendous show that blew away WrestleMania 34, in my opinion. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So here we go. So when it comes to NXT Takeover, after the NXT after Takeover New Orleans, the show from April 11, 2018, you have Mauro Ranallo, Percy Watson, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary, and they were in the same place, New Orleans, obviously. Because after the takeover show, they end up being in the same place because, for those who don't know, they do these tapings before they start the takeover show. So basically, this was a taped show that was happened during during that time they were doing they were about to do the takeover show. So just to get out of the way. So yeah, here we go. So the show opened up with Kairi Sane versus Lacey Evans. And the match happens. Pretty decent match. Back and forth action. Especially with Lacey Evans dominating a little bit. And then you got some good offense from on Kairi Sane. And then in the end, Kairi Sane ends up winning the match. And she basically goes for an insane elbow for the win. Yeah, like I said, decent match. Nothing else you want to go back to look at it, but it was decent. And else to say there. Before we get to what happened next, they show some highlights and results about basically results and highlights about what happened to Takeover New Orleans when it comes to the NXT North American Championship. The NXT North American Championship ladder match that involved Adam Cole, baby. That also involved EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and the Velveteen Dream about how tremendous they all compete in that ladder match. They obviously with Adam Cole winning the belt, and they also show highlights of the NXT Women's Championship title match between Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Very good match too, by the way. That match was, some people thought it was going to be the weakest match on the card, but some still agreed that it was the weakest match on the card. But but at the same time, they also said it was still a good match that had to follow up that match between those 6 guys in that ladder match for the North American Championship. And obviously with Shayna Baszler winning though, but still. And then they show something about Shayna Baszler being interviewed about winning the NXT Women's Championship, and then to warn anyone from NXT the NXT Women's locker room that she's NXT Women's Champion, and you better look out for her. Yeah, and then it showed the whole thing with Ember Moon making her debut on Raw, and then they showed Ember Moon being interviewed after her Raw match with Nia Jax versus basically with Ember Moon and Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, where Alexa Bliss losing in that match against Ember Moon in that tag team match. And then Ember Moon talks about being on Raw, and she cut a good promo. Basically when it comes to WWE scripted promos on the main roster, she did pretty good. So hopefully it'll get better from there. And yeah, they basically Ember Moon and Nia Jax patted themselves on the backs and they left. They had a good interview, so it was good. Ember Moon, she's good. I think she's gonna do okay on the main roster as long as they don't fuck her up. So we'll see. Oh yeah, then we get to the NXT Tag Team Championship triple threat, which also involves where the winner gets the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. I wasn't saying it right, so there you go. But yeah, it features AOP being copied by Paul Ellering. It will also feature NXT Tag Team Champions, Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, baby, pulling double deletes, and the MVP of that show, for TakeOver New Orleans, and for basically being the MVP overall. And also, oh yeah, Adam Cole, baby, and Kyle O'Reilly, and also versus Pete Dunne, the United Kingdom champion, and Roderick Strong, his partner. And they show highlights of it on that pretty good match. And then the swerve in the end with Roderick Strong turning on his partner Pete Dunne to help Undisputed Era to win the tag titles and to win the trophy that which was a tournament that Undisputed Era was never even involved in the first place. Then then the show after happened after the whole thing with Kathy Kelly was interviewing Undisputed Era basically, and then she goes to Roderick Strong and just ask her why did he do what he did, and then basically Roderick Strong whispered in Adam Cole's ear, and then so they just left. Basically, they're not going to give any answers of that until they're ready to give the answer. By the way, and the person who interviewed Shayna Baszler on that show after that championship match between Ember Moon and herself, Shayna Baszler, it was what was her name again? Kayla. Yeah, Kayla Braxton. And by the way, she's smoking hot, by the way. She's so small too, by the way. I love the freckles on her face, by the way. I'm just saying. Anyways, but Kayla Braxton was interviewing Shayna Baszler after the match, basically from that championship match from Takeover. Then they show highlights of Andrade Cien Almas defending his NXT championship, being encouraged by his manager, Selena Vega, and he goes up against Aleister Black. They show highlights of that match. With Shane Baszler again. I mean, not Shane Baszler. Selena Vega getting involved, and then with the whole thing with Aleister Black win the championship, and and there you go. Good highlights of it, but I still don't agree with Aleister Black the way he celebrated or win the championship title, but whatever. Hopefully he doesn't get away from his character because of that. So, which I'm afraid of that it might happen, but I hope not. And then if we get to the final piece of the highlights of the unsanctioned match between Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Amazing match, folks. Incredible match. It was like an old school and new school meeting when it comes to an unsanctioned match. When it comes to old school hardcore wrestling match into a new school hardcore wrestling match that these two guys just did. It was just unbelievable. And of course, with Johnny Gargano winning, and if he didn't win, he would have never been returned to NXT. He would have been banned for life this time. But yeah, he ends up winning the match at the end of the day, and he's subbing with Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae came in there, his wife, in the ring and all that. And there you go. Now I don't remember if there was an interview about Gargano talking about being back and all that, or Ciampa being checked on, whatever. I don't remember. But yeah, those were the highlights that they show on the show for Takeover that happened at Takeover New Orleans. And again, folks, amazing show. If you haven't seen that show yet, go watch it. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. That was an incredible show. It blew away. Let me repeat this. NXT Takeover New Orleans blew away WrestleMania 34. In fact, NXT Takeover New Orleans is on WrestleMania 34, but better booking, better matches, and better storytelling, better show overall. I'm just saying. Now, main event time. Because let me just get this, and let me get this out of the way too. Talking about wrestling for this Takeover show. I mean, for this regular NXT show after Takeover New Orleans. There was two matches. I already talked about one about Kairi Sane defeating Lacey Evans. Now about talk about this next match. It's Heavy Machinery, which is Aldis Dosafish and Tucker Knight versus Riddick Moss and Tony Sabatelli. Excuse me. So they had a tag team match. It was a bit of a decent tag team match, but then we get the debut. Finally, the debut after seeing these guys from Takeover on Philadelphia in the crowd, front row, from Ring of Honor, now into the WWE on the brand of NXT. Rowe and Hansen formerly known as War Machine, War Raiders. War Raiders. That's what they call now. They're not called War Machine anymore, but they still got the ring attire. They still got the face paint that they're allowed to have. They could still be Hanson and Rowe. They could still be War Machine, but they got a new name. Yeah, War Raiders. War Raiders. I think that's how you pronounce it. War Raiders. But yeah, they come out there and they start beating the hell out of these tag teams. To end this tag team match and in a no contest. So yeah, War Machine. I'll go by War Machine now to get the names until I get the new names right. Yeah, the new tag team names right. War Raiders. I think that's how I pronounce it. War Raiders. They end up being down on the two tag teams to end the show. And yeah, amazing folks, amazing. King Restify. I haven't yet watched a lot of NXT lately. And Nathan, yeah. Well, yeah, to you too, man. But yeah, King Restify, yeah. NXT, man, it's a better show, a better product. It blows away anything that the main roster does. It really does. And there you go. And there you go. That was your show. So Tomar Wrestling. I already mentioned Tomar Wrestling was 2 matches, but my overall strength for the show. The show it was just show some highlights of the Takeover Northern's event, and they only had 2 matches, so not much of a great show, but with the debut of War Machine, wow, that came out of nowhere. I didn't know. I didn't think that was gonna happen. But yeah, it's been a good show though. So I'm gonna go 6 out of 10, and we'll see where that follows up for tomorrow when I do the review. So with that being said, folks, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., the natural born thriller, the good boy gone bad, living the bad and dangerous life off the wall. And also, because of me being a natural born thriller, I am a natural, and I'm born to be a thriller. And if you don't like it, beat it, because no one wants to be defeated. So please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy this video, give it a dislike. Like this. The choice is yours and yours alone. So that being said, folks, I'm done for the night, and I'll see you all tomorrow with more reviews for Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live, and for NXT for the ones that happened this week. On the reviews I give you for this week, those three reviews I just did so far. This is my third last one. Was about last week's review, which I didn't get a chance to do, but I'll get back on track when I do the other review for tomorrow. And also, when it comes to Impact Wrestling too, as well, I gotta do something for Impact Wrestling because I'll got if I can remember, I gotta look back excuse me, I gotta look back at it to see if I forgot to do any review of Impact Wrestling, but I will get that done too. But in the meantime, you all guys have a good night. Thank you all for watching. You all take care. Peace on the streets. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. We'll come to more of these reviews for WWE, and later on in the week for Impact Wrestling. But for now, I'm out.